Hi, I am Dr. S.P. Saranya, working at Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science in the Department of Commerce with Computer Application. Now we are going to see about the formal arguments. In previous sessions, we saw about the what is functions and how to understand a formal arguments. In this session, we have to see about the formal arguments and then formal arguments types and then how to calling a function and then creating a functions. So first definition of formal arguments. Um, the term argument, it refers to a value or expression. Okay, so that is associated with a parameter or a function or procedure. So there are two key roles involved in. First one is the formal argument. It is symbolic variable that appears in the function's definitions. It is the part of the function abstraction and represent the place of a value it will occupy when the function is invoked. So it's in informal arguments are syntactic variables that define the function is expected inputs. They specify the interface of the function's input domain, not the actual data itself. So a Python function definition can be viewed as a mapping between names and values. In the abstract of formal argument is its mastering the function is crucial for building reusable and modular code that enhance program client efficiency. So the first one, calling a function. So first function call is the instruction to execute a specific function. It can involve parameter passing influence its behavior and it return a output. In the functions can return values to the caller. The calling code can store these returned values variables for further passing. And then to call a function, typically use its name followed by the braces. So when a function definition introduces a new lexical scope and formal arguments act as binding sites for identifiers within the scope. So when the function is called, the interpreter performs argument binding and its associate actual arguments with their corresponding formal parameters. So how to bind and environments? It's formally we can describe function as producing a closure, that is a pair including code and environment that captures the environment in which it was defined. So when a function is invoked, Python performs the following operations. It's create a new local environment, bind each formal argument to the corresponding actual arguments. So it's execute the function body within the environment. So Python function model distinguish several kinds of formal parameters, each corresponding to the different modes of the binding values. That is positional parameters, keyword parameters, and default parameters, variable length, positional, variable length, keyword, and then it's also a mapping collector. So all these formal arguments because they exist in the function signature before any call occurs. So this describes how argument binding should processed when the function is invoked. So next one, creating a function. A function defined using a specific syntax that includes function name, parameters and block of code. So how to parameters and arguments passed, that means a parameters listed in the function definition. Arguments are actual values passed when the function is called. So how to scope of the variables, that means it's defined within a function or local to that function. So it's important for managing data and it's avoiding a conflicts. So next one, passing function. It has three ways: passing by values versus reference, and higher order functions and explore, and finally anonymous functions. So understand how changes within function affect the original data. It explore functions that accept other function as parameters. It's learn about the functions defined without a name. It's often called lambda function. So these three are the passing function values. Next, it's recall with the mind map. So function objects, it has variables and first class objects. Function as parameters, it acted as arguments and higher order functions. And anonymous function, it's called as lambda functions. And then here I show the example of function calling. So define is a keyword, greet, that is function name, so it's written a hello value. So define call function. Function print function of. So call function is a greeter. So final output is the hello, it will be shows. So it has come to end. Conclusion. Importance of functions play a vital role in the organizing code. It enhances the readability and promoting reusability, and its practical application is by effectively using the functions developers, it can create more modular and maintainable code, it improving collaboration and project scalability. So in future we exploring advanced topics such as closures, decorators, and asynchronous functions. It can further reopen the understanding of function in programming. So thank you for watching this series. So first video we have saw about the functions definition, and second one is how to understand the formal arguments. Third one we detailedly saw about the formal arguments, how to pass and how to calling the functions. Thank you so much.